If money is tight right now, there are a few ways you can bring in some extra cash. All you have to do is team up with celebrities like Donald Trump or big companies like Target. Well, how are you going to do that, you're thinking? It's possible, and they actually pay you to help sell their stuff. Marketing expert Bert Martinez joins us now. Bert, good to see you.
Carrie Lee, good to be here.
So what's the deal here? I mean, it sounds really, really good. Sounds like a win-win situation. These big celebs want our help?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, it is a win-win situation. You have the big names like Trump or Target, and they need our help. They need your help to push sales along. And that's just called word-of-mouth advertising, or in this case, it's called affiliate marketing.
Well, how do you decide who or what company you want to work with?
You know, that's a really important question, and I always suggest go for companies that you already know and like. So if you like Target, if you like shoes, go with those companies. If you like business, maybe Donald Trump is the way to go.
Is this different? I've heard the term haul videos before. Is this different than that, you know, where we see people posting videos online of all the different things they buy, or are the companies behind these videos somehow too?
Well, it's a mixed bag. You have some independents that are doing haul videos, and essentially what the haul videos are is we have people who have gone out on a shopping spree, they haul everything back, and they kind of go, they show it to you or the viewers, and because of the massive amount of click-throughs that these videos are getting, now companies are starting to get involved. YouTube just made a sponsorship deal with one of the large haul videos, and so they're actually sharing in the revenue that these girls are creating.
Well, I have to tell you, you know, maybe I'm alone in this, but I do find it kind of fun to sit and watch what they got on their shopping trip. But let's talk bottom line here. How much can you make?
Well, you know what? It varies. You can make easily a few $100s a month, and some of the more, let's say, passionate affiliate marketers can make literally thousands of dollars. They've been able to replace their income. With the haul videos, some of these young ladies are making an incredible amount of money. We're talking, again, tens of thousands of dollars for doing what they love, which is shopping, playing with technology, and sharing with their friends. It just doesn't get much better for that for anybody.
No, I'm sure they're pretty happy that they're hauling in the cash as well. Are there any FTC rules against this kind of affiliate marketing?
Well, that's a great question, and last year the FTC did make a ruling, and they want everybody to be aware of what's going on. So when sponsorship is involved, then they want to make that perfectly clear. It has to be obvious that your company or that a company is sponsoring this haul video. With affiliate marketing, you know, that's already taken care of because you know that somebody is with Target or with Donald Trump or whoever that affiliate marketer is working for. So the transparency is taken care of. But with these haul videos, yes, you have to be aware. They have to disclose that they're being sponsored by Victoria's Secret or by Guess or whoever it is in the haul video if they are getting sponsorship money, and some of them are.
Gotcha. So play by the rules, and you could end up having a pretty good haul in the end of all of this. All right, Bert Martinez, good talking with you.
Good talking with you. Have a great weekend.
You as well.
Did you ever see an attractive woman with an iPhone and think, you know what, I got to get one of those? Or a cool guy driving the newest automobile? Does it make you want to buy one? Companies say it does, and they're spending big chunks of their advertising budgets to make it work for them. So, just how often are we targeted by stealth marketing? Bert Martinez is a marketing consultant. Good to see you, Bert.
Good to be here, Thomas.
So what exactly are we talking about when we say stealth marketing?
Well, stealth marketing has been around for a while, and it used to be also known as buzz marketing. And basically what it is, your example was dead on, and that is a company is going to hire an attractive-looking young person, possibly a couple, maybe sponsor a night girls out, and they're going to be clamoring about this new gadget. Maybe it's the iPhone, maybe it's the iPad, or whatever the new gadget is, and it's going to attract other people to interact with them. And so that's how they're going to get their message out.
If I buy that new gadget, I'm going to be just as cool as them. How many companies are doing this?
I want to say about 25% of your Fortune 500 companies are engaging in some kind of stealth marketing. And yes, you know, last time when we talked about neuromarketing and it came down to how you felt, well, stealth marketing takes that to that extreme. So if you feel like you were accepted and you were cool and all these girls gushed on you, yeah, you're going to go out there and buy it.
You know, Hollywood has always used product placement. We see Coca-Cola, Pepsi, but now they've made a movie about stealth marketing, and it's called The Joneses. Check this out right here.
These are delicious.
Who does your catering?
Sure.
I didn't know he was doing frozen food. Can you believe it?
Do the clients know how this works?
Of course not. That's why it's called self-marketing. If people want you, they'll want what you've got.
Gotta sell. Have you seen these new MP50?
So basically in the movie, the family's being paid to promote products to their neighbors. Is this too far-fetched, or could it happen?
Well, you know, when there's money involved, never say it could never happen. I think as far-fetched as this movie is, I think it absolutely could happen. And again, this is a young family. They're all good-looking. And so absolutely, they're going to affect their neighbors, the homeowners association, the kids at school. Absolutely, I think it could happen, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's not already been done.
Is it cheaper? Is it cheaper
real
for
quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, a couple years ago, Toyota released Scion, a big boxy car, and 80% of their marketing effort was all stealth. It was 100% stealth. They drove these brand new cars all decked out to basketball courts and places where young people are hanging out, and their sales went through the roof because of the stealth marketing. So it works great. You were asking about expensive?
Well, I think you said it right there. I mean, they're going to save some big bucks here, aren't they? Versus a big advertising campaign if they just drive around these cars?
Absolutely. They are, in one sense, they're going to get better results. You know, it's not something that mom and pop kettle can do, but absolutely, it's going to be a lot more targeted than a huge nationwide campaign that's going to get you mixed results. You can localize your target, your audience. You can get down to the specific age group and genders that you want your product to associate with. So it gives them phenomenal results, even though it might be a little pricey, and maybe it saves them money, maybe it doesn't, but the results outweigh the cost.
As you mentioned, stealth marketing, also known as buzz or guerrilla marketing. Bert Martinez, good to see you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I think he's right. I think I could see it happening. Yeah. A New Jersey principal says middle school students have no business being members of social networks.
It's called stealth marketing, and it sounds like something the CIA would be involved in, doesn't it? But it's more prevalent than you think. In fact, big companies are spending big bucks to put attractive, cool people out on the streets, touting their products undercover. Yeah, they're hoping you'll want to buy that product to be as cool as they are. Experts say it's cheaper than big advertising campaigns and easier to find your audience.
You can localize your target, your audience. You can get down to the specific age group and genders that you want your product to associate with. So it gives them phenomenal results.
Yeah, the idea is pretty popular too. Experts estimate that a quarter of Fortune 500 companies use stealth marketing.
Les gusta sentir acolchonadito. ¡Oh! ¡Tengo que ir al baño! Y con Charmin Ultra Soft puedes tener esa misma sensación usando menos. Su diseño es suave y más absorbente. Así podrás usar 4 veces menos que la marca barata. ¡Ah! Charmin Ultra Soft.
The real thing, Coca-Cola. Marketing consultant Bert Martinez joins us for this one. Good to see you, Bert.
Good to be here, guys.
All right, you say the answer behind this is neuromarketing. What's that?
Well, neuromarketing is nothing more than using your emotions to get you to do what the marketers want you to do. They use sights, they use sounds, they use your heartstrings, if you will, to get you to do what they want.
So basically, if people have an emotional connection to a product, chances are they're going to buy it. How does that break down when it comes to fast food restaurants, neuromarketing?
Well, okay, great question. So neuromarketing, you see it everywhere. We do it all the time. So in a fast food restaurant, you're going to see smaller tables that kind of annoy us. we're going to see brighter lights or brighter paint. So again, they annoy us, so we want to hurry up and eat our food and get out. If you look at a fine dining restaurant, it's darker, the tables are bigger, the seats are more comfortable. They want you to relax, take your time, order that big meal, order the wine, just stay there a couple hours.
So basically a fast food restaurant wants a quick turnaround. You had mentioned sounds. How does sounds actually suck us into buying products?
Well, again, 30% of our communication is sound. So certain sounds like a baby cooing or possibly laughter really engages us emotionally. For many years, if you ever put on hold, you tend to be listening to a female's voice. Female's voice tend to soothe all of us. So sounds really elicit that emotional connection, and so marketers can now use sounds to really connect with us and get us to, again, engage with their brand. We mentioned Coke.
Yeah.
Coke is a perfect example. A lot of people like Pepsi better, but Coke wins out in the heart, and how you feel is more important than what you know, and you'll do how you feel every time.
Yeah, I think that's why your voice is on the Fox 29 voicemail, Carrie Lee. All right, you say it's not just advertisers using neuromarketing. My boss may be playing a factor in all of this when it comes to my work?
Absolutely. I guarantee you now, that your boss, or let's say Fox, maybe Mr. Murdoch, has set up the office in a way to get you to be more productive. Maybe in certain areas, your cubicles are set up to really get you to focus on your work and just get down to business. Neuromarketing is everything from the construction of your booth to the colors of the walls to everything around you is, cultivates how you feel, and how you feel, again, makes you either more productive or less productive, less distracted.
It's quite something. Some people actually say neuromarketing is so powerful they want Congress to regulate how companies actually use it. Bert Martinez, thanks for weighing in on this one. Product.
Shopping at Target will soon be a whole new experience, apparently. The retailer tells us they're remodeling and reworking their floor plans. Every store will be different, and the changes will be made at their 340 stores. We've got plenty around our area. As the company does things like adds more fresh food options, it's going to sort of look like a grocery store in one corner. Now, Target officials say flexible store designs are their strong suit. But how are you going to react? Marketing expert Bert Martinez joins us now from the newsroom. Hey, Bert.
Hey, Carrie Lee, how are you?
Bert, things like color, how they're stacked on the shelf, the layout of the store, do we really care about that? I mean, how much does that play into what we actually buy and take to the checkout counter at stores like Target, Walmart, wherever?
Well, it does affect us because we like to have a bright, pretty area. We like to be comfortable. It's really about setting things up in an ergonomic manner and making it easier for the shopper to shop. Nothing frustrates us more than not being able to reach a product, not being able to find a product, and not being able to help ourselves or get help when we need it.
Right.
Well, if you look at Walmart, Walmart is known for being a low-cost leader. However, it's become almost a warehouse. It's got darker colors. Target is taking the opposite approach, where it's delivering brighter colors, more space. It's very vibrant when you go to Target. It's a different feel.
So is there going to be, do you think, Bert, is there going to be, if we liked it the old way, why would Target think this is such a great idea? I mean, I would think there's going to be a learning curve that we're going to be a little ticked off until we kind of relearn it.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, Target has years of historic data to look at. I mean, things like this have been playing into shopping for years, and so Target won't have a huge learning curve. The main things that will affect them is that if they change the store too dramatically, where we can't find stuff, then that's going to affect their sales. But
and
as long as they keep the basic layout.
Apparently this annoys guys the most,
as long as they keep the layout the same, it's going to be okay.
All right, I want to squeeze this in. We're running out of time. I do want to ask you about the Food and Drug Administration, how they're changing the way that cigarettes can be labeled. Words like light, mild, medium, low. They sound good. They're not going to be allowed anymore. Now, since 90% of smokers think those terms mean less harmful, how are the companies going to get around this? Apparently, they're going to use different colors, but do you think that's going to affect how smokers actually buy their cigarettes, or if they buy, that particular one?
No, you know what? It may change things for just a minuscule second. I mean, bottom line is that the smokers will will quickly learn that color represents that brand that they're looking for, or that light that they're looking for. So it's not going to affect smokers too much. I don't think it's going to affect the sales of cigarettes too much. I think that it's really it's not going to impact smoking. It's not going to impact the cigarette companies.
No.
I think that it's going to have minimal impact on anybody.
Well, yeah, and you're right. It's certainly not going to stop smokers from smoking. It's going to take a lot more than that. And some say the FDA should even take the ban further, restricting both color as well as words such as smooth and slim. Again, all these adjectives that make us think it's better than it is. Bert Martinez, thanks so much for your perspective.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's Friday.
Back to the Target layout. I'd like to know where everything's at. Tell you, with or without insurance, healthcare costs can really strain your bank account. But did you know there are ways to actually lower those bills? It starts with some research and a little negotiating. Communications expert Bert Martinez joins us from the newsroom. Good to see you, Bert.
Good to be here, guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. You know, this is very surprising. Can you really negotiate your healthcare cost?
Absolutely. Keep in mind that hospitals and doctors are businesses, and just like any business, they're looking at cash flow first. And so you can negotiate everything from plastic surgery to delivering a baby to general physicals. Anything can be negotiated with your doctors if you do it ahead of schedule.
But who do you really negotiate with? The doctor, the administrator?
Well, that's a great question. Sometimes you do it with whoever's available. A lot of doctors have managers in place, so the manager would be the first step, and you start with the manager, and sometimes it's kicked up to an administrator, and sometimes you're going to deal directly with the doctor. But it's always good to find out how the process is and negotiate with the highest level that you can.
And I know you're very vocal about this. You sent out a warning. You caution a lot of people you shouldn't agree to terms you can't afford.
Absolutely correct. And so a lot of us sometimes feel bad that we have to negotiate or have to make payments. So I always encourage people, start with a low payment. So if you know that you absolutely can afford $100 a month, we'll start with $70 and negotiate up. That's the easiest and strongest position for yourself as a consumer, and at the same time it keeps you out of trouble. So always start low and work up.
I know you just said negotiate before treatment, but what about afterwards? What about once you get that big bill?
Well, it's never too late. You can always negotiate and realize that sometimes when a bill is way past due, it's still a great time to negotiate because all the harm is done. It's already been written off. It may have already been reported to your credit bureau, so it's not going to get any worse for you. And now you have leverage on your side where you can maybe negotiate it for 25 or 30 cents on the dollar. But really the key here is stay in contact, communicate, and let the people know what it is you can do, and you'll be surprised at the success you'll have. I'd say 60 to 70% of all hospitals and all doctors will negotiate favorably for the consumer.
Yeah, give it a try. Don't be afraid to communicate. It's good to know. Bert Martinez, good to see you.
Absolutely correct.